No, and then it's one of those weird things, now that you say it like that, because I see this a lot, but it's one of those, once it impacts someone's life, it changes it forever. It's forever. It's like a tattoo or whatever. It's forever on them, and they are forever looking out. I see so many people. There's not, people that have a fire at their house don't get involved in the fire service necessarily, or have a medical, they don't necessarily become a nurse or EMT or whatever. But people that see this, they want to go online and help in some way. They want to help with a case or something, even if it's just online. It seems to really grip people differently, and you can't unsee it. I guess you were blessed in a way, because I really worried about you getting taken advantage of by the people that pop out of the woodworks, and you didn't get many of those, thankfully, and hopefully that continues to stay the same.
No, I think I had one.
Yeah.
One instance.
Yeah, we know who that is. Anybody that knows my voice knows who I'm talking about. I don't have to say his name.
We'll have to talk later about that, I guess.
Yeah. We know who it is. You didn't get hammered with that, which is good, because that really just is an amplifier. People that want to help, it's not that you want them away, but it's people that want to speculate, or they want to make it into an event. And it's like, I know you had I know there was a vigil, and I didn't go to the vigil because I don't like those things. They just make me sad, and I don't have enough happiness in me to spare it and go to that. But I send people to go. And the other thing is, because people can recognize me because of the predominance of these stories, I can't go there and just... I used to like to go and just walk around and listen to people and see what they're saying about the person and see if anything, because sometimes I'll get something that'll lead me to another interview with somebody, but I can't because it's a distraction, because people want to ask me, well, what do you know? What do you think? What do you do? Mm-hmm. And I'm just there to listen to them. Mm-hmm. But you've on Facebook, which is something I don't like. I'm very public about not liking it, but I deal with it and I use it, and I see. I don't like it. It's like anything. It's not that I don't like it. I don't like what we do with it. Mm-hmm. As human beings, we seem to turn everything into a conduit for rage or anger or food or puppy pictures now, and then and then it degenerates down to this new thing on Facebook that drives me nuts, where people will take photos of x-rays or injuries on their body and put it on Facebook and say, what do you think this is? Oh, no. And I think it's something you need to see a doctor about. You don't crowdsource medical care. But you did a really good, the management you did of, I guess, for lack of a better term, Geoff's image on there, it's just been fantastic. It's been so much better than I've seen people do with anything. It's a very nice, and it's like everything in there is very nice and lovely. And even when you go to your house, you've got like this little hip old person's cottage thing going on. And it's like, if I just showed you the house, you would go, and a couple 60, 65 or something. And, and you wouldn't think that, and I think that comes from, because you're both in creative things. Mm-hmm. And I think that's just it. There's, I don't know, is it true that, is this a fair observation that sometimes creative people, maybe more than some of the rest of us, are tuned in and disgusted with the time they're actually born in? And
like as if we were born in the wrong decade or something like that. Yeah,
you're out of sync. Like, I would really love to have been alive here in the 60s or something like that. Yeah. I'm so maybe that's maybe part of the older seeming thing, because it just seems like that maybe 20% of the artists are right there in that time, but it just doesn't seem to be any value to art at the time you're doing it, unless it's past, or there's more value to it in the future. So you're always trying to be in the past, and I just don't see. I know a few artists, and they don't really live in the present for one way or another. What kind of art did Geoff do?
Drawing and painting, illustration, lettering. A lot of speaking of old things, he really loved to do old sign painting.
Okay.
Old advertisements were a big influence for him. Old cartoons. You just reminded me now with the old lettering. I saw something at your place when we were there with the reporter, and I saw some of his stuff, and I was looking at it, and I don't understand a lot of art, and I don't, and I've learned not to just hate it because I don't understand it, but it's and I remember seeing some of the lettering he did. I was thinking if he toned it down a little bit, he would have been very good at lettering fire trucks. Mm-hmm. There's nobody that's doing it. It's like a dying art where they hand letter the fire trucks and they will fly you around the places to do it. And I remember watching, he had lettering on something. I was thinking, if he just blocked that down a little bit, he could do fire trucks. Yeah. And gold leaf them and everything. Yeah. He used a lot of gold leaf in his work.
What did he do for fun other than the art?
Well, we love to be outside. In the recent past, we haven't mentioned this yet, but the L word, Lyme disease, for 10 years. And so sometimes it was hard for us to go and be outside and take walks and things because his knees hurt him a lot. But on a good day, things that he loved to do, be with the dogs, go be in the woods, spend a lot of years playing disc golf, and then music, going to shows, being with friends.
And you've got 2 dogs that have been working overtime since he left.
Yeah,
they both been.
They're my emotional support dogs.
They've been retooled as emotional support animals.
Yeah. Well, one of them always was, I think.
You've got one smart one and one not so smart.
The boy's not so smart, no. The boy never cute.
The boy never is. The boy never is smart.
With that face, man.
But I can't imagine when I'm seeing you when you were there holding the dogs. I can't imagine what you'd be doing without them.
Oh. I don't even want to say it out loud. I wouldn't know.
And that's a legitimate thing versus the people that put the dogs in their carts because they want to take them in the supermarket.
For sure.
Yeah. And I don't understand that because I believe that to some degree, what pet isn't an emotional support animal?
Right, that's why we have them, right? They make us feel good.
Yeah, you don't get pets that fight you and say you look fat or something. When you get home, they're like, "Why are you late again? Where's my food? You look like a slob. My God, what did I put up with you? Who wants that? Right. It's called a cat."
Yeah, exactly.
Cats always look at you like you're disappointing them. Yeah. You disgust me. Whereas dogs are the opposite. It's like, "Oh my God, you're home. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God."
Right, it's always the best thing.
Yeah, what did you do today? Rub me harder. Rub me. Okay, calm down. There's cat's like, you disgust me. Get out of my way. I'm going out. Open the door. I'm going to go out. I'm going to bang on it in 2 minutes, and you better get up and open it again. But the dogs are just there for you to rub them, and what do you do? You do the outside stuff, but you do your dancing. Mm-hmm. And
so the name of the game for me now is self-care.
Yeah.
100%. And so I've even started doing things that I kind of let go in the recent past because, just things get in the way.
What kind of things?
Yoga.
You are an incredible yoga teacher. That's what I've been told.
Oh, yeah.
I've been told that you are an amazing yoga teacher. And I took I took yoga. I liked the yoga instructor and trying to do it, and it didn't work. It didn't work, and I wasn't made for yoga. I did it because it's supposed to help with your back too, and I'm not saying it doesn't help. I believe it does. Yeah. But I believe if you just get off your big butt and stretch a little, you can also help it too. Yeah. Rather than getting there and somebody trying to downward dog you. And I don't think men are made for yoga. I think we're designed different.
Men are the ones who developed yoga.
Yeah, but then
thousands of years ago.
Yeah, but then we realized it was a mistake and not for us to give it to the women or something.
You just need the right instructor who knows the modifications for you. Like you could do it from a chair.
Yeah, and there are I'm very interested. Maybe you can show me some of those from the chair exercises because what I found was that I was too immature and gassy for yoga.
Oh yeah, farts happen.
Right, and when somebody farts, I start giggling.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
No matter how old you get, farts are always funny.
Yeah, farts are always funny, and I would giggle, and I would giggle too long, and then if there were a second for, I just couldn't stop, and I was done. And then I thought it was okay for me, and then because they did it, and then they did it, and then I do it, and everybody just turns and looks. Yeah, everybody just turns and looks, and then you get accused of, well, we had it happen because of the position of the body. You are pushing. Yeah. Like, well, what do you mean? Don't judge me.
Laughter's the best medicine.
Yeah. But yeah, that's why I had too much laughing during yoga class.
There's a thing called laughter yoga.
There is.
Yeah. That's where you need to be.
That would be good.
It's, what is his name? Derek Zier and his wife teach it.
You have taco night, then laughter yoga.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Yeah. That would be perfect for me. Because everybody's completely revealed.
Right.
But are you going back to instructing yoga?
No.
You're just doing it for yourself?
For myself, yeah. I mean, I'm working about 20 hours a week or so.
And you cut back there a little bit in the beginning. You had to.
Oh, yeah.
And your job was really good about it.
They're amazing. So supportive. So I'm there like 20 hours a week. And my focus is dance therapy. But for myself, I'm taking yoga a few times a week. I am back in a dance class for myself. I'm in therapy and acupuncture as well every week.
Oh. Not acupressure.
No. Acupuncture. Yeah. With the needles. It's amazing. I recommend it to everybody. Geoff and I both have done it for years and years and years. And when he was first diagnosed with Lyme disease, he weighed 112 pounds and walked with a cane. And acupuncture was a huge component of his recovery.
Well, and we're about to go to the after show, but one of the components here was that Geoff had wrestled with some demons like we all do, some mental health things, and then the Lyme disease, and there's no data on this, but I've had 3 times that Lyme disease was the mystery ingredient where somebody just their behavior changed dramatically, and I think that we may find in the future that Lyme disease combined with these other things is fine because Geoff wasn't abusing his medicine. It was he had just changed prescriptions, but he hadn't taken a new prescription. Right. So it's not like it was a bad mix of pills or something that did it either. And so it can hit you out of the blue, even if you're the most vigilant person. But we'll do a little bit of after show and. What's the Facebook page for Geoff?
Find Geoff Partridge.
Geoff.
The Scottish spelling.
The Scottish spelling, and Partridge like in a pear tree.
Yes.
And
like the family.
Like the family. I didn't want to do it because I make that reference and then nobody knows what I'm talking about. But yes.
Well, it was one that he had to deal with his entire life. Poor baby.
He had to learn what it was. Yeah. Okay, Russell. Hit the thing and we'll do a little bit of after show.